And for more on this, we're joined by Vicky Pryce in London. She's Chief Economic Advisor at the Centre for Economics and Business Research. Welcome back to the programme, Vicky. Now, Exxon has called Venezuela uninvestable right now. Is Trump's $100 billion plan dead before it even starts?
Well, it's interesting that he's been talking, President Trump, to the big firms to see whether they'll be interested, and the reaction that we've had. Of course, I mean, Chevron has been in Venezuela for quite some time and was about the one company that was still helping to bring out some of the Venezuelan oil over the last few years. A lot of the assets of the other firms were expropriated by previous governments in Venezuela, so they're obviously quite reluctant to go back in without some sort of guarantees, as we've just been hearing. But the interesting thing is that there's now this talk about the smaller extracting companies perhaps being involved. What we're actually hearing over the weekend is that they've been rather concerned that if there is an awful lot more of Venezuelan oil coming out, whichever way, then that will depress the price. And they themselves are working at quite narrow margins, and everyone involved already in shale oil extraction in the US is worried about the price that we're seeing at present, which is around $60 a barrel. If you look at the last few days, of course, prices have been going up a tiny amount, but overall, it's only just still profitable to do the extraction in the US. And if you have loads more oil coming in, who knows what's going to happen. But it's interesting, though, to see that divergence taking place. Those who haven't been in there for some time, quite concerned. Those in there, like Chevron, of course, perhaps more willing to carry on.
So do these smaller firms have the cash to fix essentially an entire national grid?
Well, I would guess not. I mean, obviously, I haven't looked at their finances, but the infrastructure spending that is required, as you've just been covering, is enormous. So the question is, who puts that in? Is there going to be some government support, US government support, in terms of making sure that that happens? And all the questions of security and infrastructure that is absolutely required are going to be very crucial. So does it all get subsidized in a way and guarantees given? And I think that's going to be part of whatever package emerges, one guesses, in terms of encouraging particularly the smaller firms to go in, but actually also the bigger ones. And it's with the bigger ones where the difference will be.
All right, we will leave it there for now. Vicky Pryce in London, thank you very much as always.